What up? Big Herc 916. Positivity, motivation, never settle for average. Go pick you up some merch at bigherc916.com. Represent. And while you're at it, grab a bar of soap and wash your ass. Made in America, not sold on Amazon. Support. If you don't know the agenda, you will become a part of the agenda. And from as far back as time, they have had their foot on the necks of Africans and the dark melanated culture in general. Check this out.
Africa had a role to play. It has a role as a raw material producer. We will not allow sub-Saharan Africa to escape that. Okay, we do everything to keep sub-Saharan Africa where it is, also impoverished. It's absolutely vital for the prosperity of everyone else. So let's get clear about that. Okay, and this means all the economic structures, all the global institutions, and the economics we teach everyone is all designed to keep Africa exactly where it is. And whether it is Europe or US or now China, it's always the same. We need Africa to be impoverished because we need those raw materials and we need them dirt cheap. Okay, so that's the message. It doesn't mean to say that there's nothing Africans can do. Of course there is. Okay, but this is the opposition that they're fighting. This is what it's about. Because if Africa does do something different, I assure you living standards of all those in Europe and North America and Asia is going to fall. Okay? And that is a big price to pay. I assure you that the West is not going to allow that without a big...
So, somebody recorded this at some conference. I don't know where it is. I don't know the person who recorded it, but I saw this on Instagram and thought that I share it with you guys because this is how they look at dark melanated people, Africans. And if they look at Africans like that, you can only imagine how they look at Black Americans. And if you think that these people are going to give you the tools to win, you are a damn fool. I say it all the time when I talk about these different groups who pop up and act like they are for your good grace, that they actually care about your movements. They are nothing but infiltrators who are looking for the real leaders so that they can destroy them. Just like they destroyed the Black Panthers, just like how they destroyed Malcolm X, just how they destroyed Martin Luther King, how they went after all these other Black messiahs. And if it's not in America, it's in Africa. Corrupting, creating war, keeping disenfranchised, because they know that if Black people actually woke up one day and realized that they held the keys to their own destination, these people will be in trouble, man. When I say these people, I'm talking about North America, I'm talking about the European nation, I'm talking about China. The guy said it. He said, yeah, the Africans can do something about it. And if they did, these other countries would be on their knees to whatever their demands were because they hold all the resources. Now, it was the British before, it was the French, it was the Dutch, it was the Swedish, now it's the Chinese. They've all fought, warred to control Africa's raw materials, minerals, agriculture. They don't want Africa to have any sense of political prosperity. They got to keep them in a state of unrest. And by them keeping them in unrest, you look at the blacks abroad over here, they stay in a state of unrest. And they, you know, we don't even have over here the blacks with the land and the access to raw materials, but what we do have is intellectual property. We have the ability to create. We have just a cultural presence that influences all other cultures. So in Africa, by controlling the land over here, they control the mind. They got blacks over here self-destructing like mini time bombs. They don't even need a Ku Klux Klan anymore. They got rid of them and they gave those hoods to the blacks that were down to do their bidding for them. Flooded the neighborhoods with alcohol, bad food, drugs, welfare, separate the families. For the most part, if they can keep majority of the blacks running around, angry at each other, perpetuating the slave mentality. And what I mean slave mentality is the separation, house nigga, field nigga, buck breaking nigga. They've done their job. They don't have to, you know, this whole critical race theory stuff, that shit is garbage at the end of the day, because we've already instilled it in your DNA to destroy each other. You guys aren't even trying to reprogram that DNA, that RNA, that spiritual program that we've encapsulated you in. When you guys gonna wake up, man? Yeah, we have some brothers out here, some sisters out here doing the thing. I hear a lot of them, you know, spitting game. I watch stuff and I see brothers out here who are enlightened. But you go to these some of these neighborhoods around the country, and man, you get out and you look a certain way. It's not gonna be a white man that's trying to kill you. It's gonna be another brother, man, for no reason. Wrong place, wrong time. Oh, you should have known, nigga. You in the wrong hood. And when you can create that, you don't even need to worry about any type of other oppression, because that in itself is gonna keep everybody in check in that particular demographic of people, that frequency, that energy. We got to break that vibration, man. We got to break that pattern of perpetual ignorance, that mentality of hatred, that anger. If you're from here, you know, I can make you my ops and peel your cap and just take you down, and then go have to work with you in prison, because if you go to prison, it's racial in there, so you're gonna have to most likely partner up with the same dude you were shooting at on the street. Because if you don't, the other races are gonna have your ass. This game, man, these Europeans made this game, man, and they made it. They created this chess game, and whether you want to admit it or not, they created it, and seeing how they can flip it, and they got Africa participating in it. And they said, well, you know, Africans were involved in slavery too, and they were trading. Yeah, slavery was being the Moors, the Europeans, the Chinese. Every culture to some degree has been involved in slavery. Some still involved in slavery. But when you talk about now, when you abolish slavery, and you talk about now we need a new slavery, to perpetuate control, mental slavery. And then you get these fake ass niggas who are acting like they are for the political agenda of those who look like us, and they just took the bag and ran with it, and they ain't doing anything to wake us up either. And as far as, you know, pointing the finger, I'm not blaming every European. I'm just saying the ones who are running a lot of the multi-billion-dollar corporations who are extracting resources, or those over here who are extracting power, they know exactly what they're doing. And then they got the black gatekeepers, the ones who make sure that, you know, nobody slips through the cracks. And how they do that is they initiate your ass, probably bust your cheeks. Have to go to one of those parties and play the game, man. You can either step up or keep acting like you don't know once you know. And that's the reason why a lot of people would rather be ignorant, because once they get knowledge, they have to act. They can't pretend anymore. I'm just trying to share information. I'm already pigeonholed into one particular demographic because of the social media shit, and I'm not a victimized Negro. I'm not the black man who's pointing the finger. I'm just pointing out some game so that you can think a little bit different. And a lot of people don't like that, but I'm gonna give it to you real, because I like to see us win. I love seeing brothers out in places where you don't normally see them, getting along, doing our thing, you know, flossing in the cars, you know, talking business, sharing knowledge, not going back to prison, not even going to prison, getting together to collaborate in entrepreneurship, cultural advancement, things of that nature. And I've done a lot of different things. So of course, my history plays a role when I become a public figure per se. But one thing is that I will give it to you raw, and because I lived a lot of it, I'm not gonna pull any punches. I'm gonna be real. And I wanna see us win, but you gotta know who you're playing with and who you're playing against and how the game is being played. So do your homework, man. Do your homework. Because these people, they got their foot on Africa. They damn sure got their both feet on the blacks over here. But it's not to say we can't do anything, because we know we just got to wake the hell up. I'm already awake, man. I'm doing what I feel I can do and trying to partner up with other brothers who are on the same mentality. But what are you doing? Are you looking to kill another brother because he is from another hood, or because he slept with your baby mama, or because you guys are tripping over a drug connect, or because you just want to be that man? Or are you looking at other brothers and saying, hey man, how can I get together with you and network? How can we build together? How can we create something that's of value? Maybe we can partner up and do a real estate deal. We can create our own farm. We can create our own manufacturing business. We can open up some doors. What are you doing? Leave a comment, holler at me, man. I'm trying to get with other young brothers out there who have the game, the knowledge, who aren't trying to self-destruct each other, because I was one of those dudes who had a lot of anger and didn't understand why, but I had to sit down and really tap into my inner self to see that this is all by design, but we ain't got to be a part of the design. We can reprogram this shit. Big Herc 916.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at freshoutseries.com.
Go to the Herc store at bigherc916.com and pick you up a bar of soap so you can wash that ass, or pick you up some Never Settle for Average merch, or some of the Muscleup Car Lifestyle merch. We have hats, Never Settle for Average. Got the Muscleup t-shirts. We also have the Never Settle for Average tank tops. Got the Muscleup Car Lifestyle hoodies. Got the beanie caps. Hey man, represent. And I know you guys aren't average, so pick you up some swag and step your game up.
Hello, I'm Big Herc 916. Contact me for life coaching and motivational speaking.